Hey everybody, it's Mike from WeWrench, and I just want to do a quick manifesto. I'm going to do this periodically. I'm calling it the Mechanics Manifesto. Just a couple words about what I do and some personal feelings. You know, this project is at an amazing point today because I just dropped the entire powertrain out of this car. The body is lifted off of it. That's definitely something you don't see every day. But I just wanted to talk about the skills required to do this and why I enjoy doing this so much. You can't fake being a mechanic. It's not something you can fake. You can't remote into it. It can't be outsourced. You can't BS your way through it. You can't use bootlicking or office politics to get you through something like this. It's either you succeed, either you accomplish the task at hand, or you fail. You rely only on your skills. It's just you in the car. There's no negotiating with it. There's no reasoning with it. It's just you and the skill set. And that's why I love doing it so much, because you can't fake it. If there's anybody watching out there who's thinking about maybe getting into the trades, I'm going to tell you something. Besides getting married and having kids and buying real estate, learning this trade has been the best decision and most rewarding decision of my life. And I was on a full academic scholarship to a 4-year technical college, New Jersey Institute of Technology, had a full ride, and I got thrown out to become a mechanic. And I'm gonna tell you something, it was the best decision I've ever made. So, learn a trade, guys, learn a trade. When you go to trade school, they don't graduate angry activists that hate the United States, entitled people with their hands out, and 6 figures worth of debt and a degree in gender studies. When you go learn a trade, you learn something tangible, you learn something real, and you will never go hungry. You will always be able to feed your family with this skill set. So go out there and learn. You don't even have to go to school. If you want to tinker in your garage, if you want to learn at your own pace, just do it, because this is such a rewarding vocation. Outside of the technical skills that I learned in trade school, equally as valuable are the skills that I learned in the dealership environment. Now, the dealership environment was pretty unforgiving. I worked on a pay system called flat rate, where there was no salary. The only thing that you get paid for is what you produce. So there were, instances where you can work 40, 50 hours a week and not get paid 40 hours. Sometimes you had to work for free. But most of the time, I personally spent 50, 60 hours in the building, and I billed 80 to 100. So I did really, really well. But it was that system of pressure. It was a system of always trying to beat the clock and find efficiencies. Working under those constraints really tempered me, and it wired my brain so I could look at problems objectively, and I could find solutions to the problems. Most people don't want to have problems. They just want to sit back and be comfortable and not be bothered. Every day going to work, I had to fix problems. I had to figure out ways to do this when there was no support. Sometimes there was no information. Sometimes they withheld the information from us. There were a million reasons why we had obstacles in our way, but we had to use our ingenuity to get around it and figure it out. There was no not fixing the car. There was no sending it down the road somewhere else. I worked for Audi. I worked for the OEM. You had to fix their product. There was no other way. So dealership life really tempered me, and it taught me to love problems like I love ice cream. I would not be where I am today in business and in life if I hadn't worked at several dealerships, because it taught me so many valuable lessons. I'm really grateful for all the support that I've received so far. Make sure you check us out on all of our social media channels: Facebook at WeWrench Official, Instagram at WeWrench Official, and TikTok at WeWrench, so you can see the amazing progress on this project. My dream car, BMW E34 M5, complete rebuild and restoration. So thank you everybody so much for tuning in. Way more content to come.